Well, I got that cover out for that four-wheel drive. You can see she's all broke. That's what was left for an O-ring in the center. But I would dare say they didn't know how to take the four-wheel drive clutches out of it. So they pressed on this. That's what actually broke the cover. Instead, you're supposed to press on the actual shaft that was in the center. But why you'd put it back together like that, I have no idea. But they did. Of course, no way of keeping that from leaking, and that leaking's bad here and blowing by. She just absolutely blew that O-ring out of it. So the only one holding that together is the O-ring. But it does have all brand new clutches in it, so that's good. Everything bearings all look good. I ordered this. That was like 68 bucks. I was quite surprised it was that cheap. So I just got into taking the high-low out, and it slid right out pretty good, except for there's what's left of a snap ring. They didn't put any O-ring in there, so I would say that's why she didn't like going in high range. Low range, of course, the O-ring was on it, so when she kept messing up with all that high pressure, it smashing back and out, I would say buckled that snap ring, causing it to just shatter. It was still in there, but it come out piece by piece with a pick and a magnet. But yeah, that would definitely cause it to not stay in high range. She didn't like it. She was losing pressure terrible. You can see without an O-ring on it how loose it is. It's just absolutely blowing right by it. But anyhow, that's, I guess they must not have realized there was even no O-ring in there. But they did. They put it together that way. But she just whole bunch of issues that I guess are just mind-boggling, because this didn't all happen at the last major repair they get into when they did the Dynashift. This was all stuff they done, previous, and then tell you how good it worked. Now, I guess they never hooked a gauge to it. But I think when I had a gauge on, going in high range, it had 23 pounds pressure. So it was blowing by that bad. And then when you put it into low range, of course, she would hold its pressure. So that O-ring there, I got all new O-rings anyways. Bought everything right from Egco. That one's not very good shape. But sometimes guys take these apart and they just put, anything in it for an O-ring. Well, there's quite a difference between what you put in your kitchen sink and what you put in these tractors. There's hundreds of different grades of O-rings, and if I get in a pinch, I don't mind cutting one and crazy gluing them, but as a rule, I like to go and get the right O-ring for them. So it takes a little time. Sometimes I got to buy a whole package of O-rings from Egco or Massey, but I'd rather make sure you get the right one. And that's another thing too I've run into is most of the parts off this, it's got the rear end supposed to be the same as like an 8120, 8100 series, 8140, 8150. But a lot of the O-rings are the same as like your 3600 series. So it's a cross between two of them. It's really strange how some of the parts are, newer series. Not part-wise, it's mostly in your O-rings, different size O-rings. I know I get into one O-ring for feed tube off the hydraulic pump. I ordered it for this tractor, which is the same as a 8150, and came and wasn't right size. And I ordered one for a 3690, and it was the exact one. So, anyways, I got to wait for this piston or this cover to come in. Your piston's on the other side of it, of course, that releases your clutch disc there for your four-wheel drive. And I have to order this snap ring now, which is kind of a nuisance, but anyhow, this will be a little bit before this goes back together anyways, but at least know I have the stuff coming. So. But I do have all the O-rings for it. I actually ordered a couple different sets, one for the 3690 and one for your 8150. There's two different sizes. So I ordered them both to make sure that I got them, because that could have been what happened too. There was nothing in here, but it could have blew out, but I find it hard to believe. I just don't believe there's anything in it. And the other ones seem to have been holding, but You know, like I say, they were kind of blown apart, and they were supposed to have been all put in it new when it was all taken apart. Anyhow, it's all a mystery. Doesn't matter as long as I get it up and going. Hopefully by next week I'll have it all the back end buttoned back together, and then ready to split it and pull the dyno shift. So, anyway, stay tuned.